Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Um, Scotland had, where do you even start? Where do you even start with that? Should we have had a penalty? Armstrong goes down. Um, and then you're seeing it on telly now, his knees in the back. It's a penalty, it is a penalty. Should have had a penalty, but let's not talk about the should have had a penalty. We should have put the game to bed way, way before that. Way before that. And we should have put the game to bed way before that. I thought the tactics for the manager were absolutely terrible. I mean, he played the game like he was managing Kilmarnock, and that's the reality of it. He manages Scotland like he managed Kilmarnock, and he plays defensive football. And with this group of players, you probably had the best chance ever to get into the group stages. But the first half was just terrible. You can have all the possession you want, but if you're not going to do anything with it, he made the changes far too late. I thought the changes that he did make, and I suppose what we should say as well, we hope that the Hungarian player that went down injured, we hope that he's okay. I'm not exactly sure what happened to him. There seemed to be a little bit of a collision, but let's face it, Hungary had more shots on target. Hungary had way more shots on target. Scotland are just absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. There's no hiding it at all. Anyway, thank goodness that we support Celtic in this channel because it gives us something. I mean, Angus Gunn, he's not got a chance of that one. Not got a chance of the goal, but unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. I feel for all the Scotland fans that are out there. They deserved so much better. They did deserve so much better than what they've had to watch this evening. And it all comes down to the manager, if you ask me. It does just comes down to the manager. Utter pish, gutted, says DJ Siggy. Embarrassing. Neil Kelly says international football nonsense, bringing the new season, come on hoops. Yep. Neil, that's my thoughts as well. But you've got to talk about it when it is so bad. A better manager. I mean, you had Alex Ferguson sitting in the stands, and he must have been thinking, fucking, what are you doing? What are you doing playing those positions? Clark Sarton in the morning, crap manager. Scotland should never be near the Euros anyway. The subs and the timing makes no sense. Not Hazel, they're absolutely Scotland the laughing stock again. When you play negative tactics, you don't win. Clark is a negative match. Taking off a danger man. Moyes, the next manager. I would go for David Moyes as manager. David Moyes isn't in a job just now. He's at the stage of his career. He won a European trophy with West Ham. So he knows how to play European football, and he knows how to get the best of players at European. And even he was saying at half time that he was disappointed. Scotland were playing really negative. That's down to the manager. That is down to the manager. The negativity in that team was down to the manager. And get Clark to fuck. Get Clark to fuck. When does he change the shape? Surely Forrest has got to come on. And obviously a Stonewall Pen. And why James Forrest is one of the quickest wingers in that. Well, stats would probably tell you that he's probably the quickest winger that we've got in that Scotland setup. It was absolute criminal not to have him and Shankland on for the start. I thought it was a game that you're looking to get in behind. We never done that. We were far too negative. You needed someone on the wing to get the ball to. But Shankland done a lot better. Anyway, take all the Celtic players are coming home without injury. I'll take that. Yes, I will take that. The good thing about it is Greg Taylor never got any game time, so he won't be feeling the strains of having played 3 games. Tony Ralston and James Forrest as well. The plus point, James Forrest was on absolute form towards the end of the season. The plus point for me is that James Forrest never got any game time, so he's basically just been maintaining his fitness. He's been maintaining the fitness that he had at the end of last season. So coming into the start of the new season is absolutely fantastic for Celtic. Celtic do start back in training next week. The Scottish lads will get a week and a bit off. They'll get a week and a bit off before they need to come back into training. They'll get some downtime and some much needed downtime because being away with your national team. I mean, let's not beat about the bush. Let's not say it's something that's not. These players have massive, massive pride in playing for Scotland. You know, being able to pull on your country's shirt, whatever country that you play for, is a massive, massive achievement. And the fact that Tony Ralston, hats off to Tony Ralston for getting 3 games at Euro 2024. And we know it was by default because there was players out injured. But let's face it, Tony Ralston can't even get a game for Celtic. He's not a first team starter for Celtic. So hats off to Tony Ralston. I thought Callum McGregor did okay. He just didn't get the help that he probably needed in midfield. The midfield was all over the place. Could talk about the defence. The back four played as a back four, a solid back four for his first 20 minutes. And then the shape of the team went all over the place. I don't know what Clark does in training. And the fact that he's got that flipping twat that used to be at Hearts as a coach for set play is absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Anyway, Scotland are out. It's all back to talking about Celtic from now on. Thank goodness. Morgan over Forrest. Clark is a clown. Absolute joke. The manager needs to go. And the whole backroom team, yes. Scotland were denied a penalty. Why was the defender given a yellow? Why was the defender given a yellow card? Steve Clark has. If Steve Clark has ever been linked with Celtic job, I'll be raging. He's been linked with Celtic job before he took the Scotland job. Remember, he was linked with the Celtic job then, and he decided to take the Scotland job. Thank goodness, thank goodness. Forrest, Christie, Shankland should have been on for the start. Says DJ Singy. Yep, they should have. As far as I'm concerned, they should have been on for the start. It was far too negative. That should have been the type of game where you're taking it by the throat the first 10, 15 minutes, and you're out there trying to score a goal. We had plenty of possession. You knew they were going to sit back. We had nobody getting down the wings with any great urgency or pace, trying to get in behind them. We didn't even try and get in behind them at all. At all. Anyway, time for a beer. There's your next Scotland manager, Davy Moyes, sitting in the TV studio. Get Davy Moyes the manager's job at Scotland. You know, he's a guy that, and I'm going to tell you why I think Davy Moyes should be the next Scotland manager. 2 seconds. The Hungarian player is in a stable condition, and it was only a concussion. Only a concussion. He was just knocked out. Now they're going to go the one and only Faddy. They even want to listen to it. As for manager, no, I'm going to tell you why I think Moyes should be the next Scotland manager. He's done it with Everton in the EPL for years. He done it for Everton. He maybe joined Manchester United at the wrong time. I thought he maybe joined Manchester United at the wrong time. But he's also done it with West Ham. He's got them on a great run in European football. He knows how to get the players playing attacking style of football. And like it or not, that's what Scotland needs. That's what Scotland needs. This group of players, when you look on paper, should have done far more than what they did. They should have achieved far more. The squad as a whole, I felt that some players were getting played. I mean, he was playing players out of position. At the end of the game, he was throwing on players like fucking confetti. He was throwing on players like confetti, and he was just hoping something hits. Moyes ended up said, "Did you sing it? Absolutely howling. Yeah, Scotland are that." Okay, was Ben Ref Armstrong, Stonewaller, but Clark too negative. Get Moyes in. And Clark concussion with tactics. Yeah, there was nothing creatively. There was absolutely nothing creatively. There was absolutely nothing from Scotland tonight, and that all comes down to the manager. It comes down to the way that the manager sets the team up. It comes down, yeah. When you see why Morgan is playing in the MLS, he's woeful. Yep. Does Kenny Miller think it's a penalty? I have no idea. Somebody needs to ask Kenny Miller if he thinks it was a penalty. Anyway, Scotland national team having Katie injured may have been the X factor. Um, I don't think there is an X factor. I'm going to go into Twitter and see what people in the land of Twitter are saying for uh, the result. Full time Scotland. The referee brings the match to an end, and Stuttgart following the wayside late goal. Um, the first comment up's mine, sack the manager, get him gone. Absolutely shambles tactics, having him, having him go in 15 minutes. Poor Scotland, thank you for being there in Germany. Your fans were fantastic and impressive. That comes from a German fan. Hope to see you again soon. Um, yeah, that's Steve Clark better be handing in his resignation before the flight home. Steve Clark out tonight. Get the Slovenia flags out. England fans here, don't worry. It will come home in peace. Scotland has to be cursed. Your tournament record as well. Yes. What do you call a Scotsman in the second round of the Euros? A referee. No, you don't, because there's not even Scottish referees at the Euros, so you don't. One of the funniest moments football's ever seen, his Rangers chat. It's unbelievable that, you know, Rangers fans wanting Scotland to do so bad. I mean, I know there's Celtic fans that are obviously Irish and Irish descent, and they're only looking at Celtic, and but I think it's hilarious when you see Scottish people wanting Scotland to do bad. I mean, I've never really bothered about, and now I know why I really didn't bother about Scottish football for far too long. There's an Angus Gunn. Spit it out, son. Shout. Why the managers play out of position, I've never understood this, says Dougie. I think it was a hit and hope. Tactically, I thought he was naive tonight. The position, and tactically for the very first game, the Germany game, I said it. I mean, I got stick for saying that that the manager was terrible against Germany. I thought playing that narrow mid four against Germany when the Germans were just hitting it down the wings and go past us, I thought absolutely terrible tactics by the manager. He got it way wrong. He's got it wrong the whole tournament. He got hats off to him for getting us to the tournament. But I think any manager with this squad of players would have got us to that tournament. David Moyes would have definitely got us to this tournament, and they would have played a far better, attractive, attacking style of football. At the end of the day, Stevie Clark is the manager. Hopefully by tomorrow morning, Stevie Clark will have handed in his resignation. Well, he doesn't even have to because he was only thinking until the end of the tournament. The tournament's now over, so he's out of contract. He's out of contract because he only took on the contract till the end of this tournament. So hopefully, I mean, hopefully you see Che Adams at Sevco. Calmack played well. Shame he wasn't surrounded. He was surrounded with shit. Che Adams still playing and can't score. Yep, absolutely shite tactics and selection. Says Whiskey Foxtrot. I think we're all devastated by the result. Anybody that has any affiliation to Scotland whatsoever. I'm looking at the team here going forward. No, that was them coming back in defence. The defence is all over the place. The shot comes from Angus Gunn. I mean, the defence, the shape of the defence was terrible. The shape of the midfield was terrible. It's just thank goodness for Angus Gunn. He's not the best. He's not the best. And why, yeah, exactly. Why was there a South American referee at the Euros? A guy from Argentina. And all he probably thought is, yeah, they're British. He wouldn't think they're Scotland. He's just like, they're British. Shocking and terrible, says Carly. Shocking performance. Just can't see why Clark takes us from here. He got 1 point in 2 tournaments. He can't take us any further. No, he can't. He was given the 2 tournaments to give us that chance. And I think that his time has come. His time has come. And a bit like mine for this evening. I said to the missus I was only going to go in for 15 minutes. Because I think that's all I can. There's a guy holding his face. There's a guy behind him, pissing himself laughing. Fucking shite me, Scottish. fucking colonised by wankers. Can't even get a fucking good country to be colonised by. Anyway, boring style of football Scotland play. I hate it how far back Calmack is and the shape of the team. Che Adams at shite, says the boy from Benny Offer. That is the best looking Scotland fan I've seen in a long time. Anyway, that's us for tonight. Tomorrow morning, we'll probably talk about the Celtic players and the Celtic players' performance at the Euros. What it means for the season going ahead. Might even talk a little bit more about David Moyes being the Scotland manager since he is out of job. Would he take the Scotland manager's job? Maybe the question. I have to ask that on another channel. Why not throw Forrest on? The guy plays in a team that scores late. Yes, he does that. I'm sure that they've checked. It was on side. Carly says Celtic players get home immediately. I love the trace, just what a reference was. Yep. Um, I'm glad you got that one. Fuck. It's just this is how it feels like to be a non-Celtic fan when you support Scotland, and it's probably one of the reasons that I kind of stopped following Scotland as much over the last 20 years. But I think David Moyes is at that time in his career. Would he take the Scotland manager's job? I think we need to start an online petition to make sure that David Moyes does take the job. Anyway, on that note, have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans all around the world. Scotland fans, well, it's just fucking same old shite, isn't it? Fucking shite being Scottish. The fucking scum of the earth. Fucking colonised by sugary wankers. Can't even get a good nation to be colonised by. Anyway, shite.